Hello, Gary Champion, psychic medium. Once again, I thought today might be a good day to talk about the future and things that I won't see, but you will. For one thing, about 9 months from now, there's going to be a lot of babies born. I think there was a blackout in New York City in the 70s, 9 months exactly. There was a huge increase in babies because people are quarantined. They don't have anything to do, gotten bored. Um, Jobs will pretty much disappear in certain areas and will pop up in other areas. So now is a good time to reconsider what you do for a living, even if you like what you're doing, because there's going to be a shortage of the jobs that pay good money. But things are going to shift a lot. And a lot of it will have to do with availability of money to get into college to improve yourself. People are going to do things differently money wise. My grandfather carried around cash in his pocket. He always had this huge pile of money. And I figured it out. No one had to tell me. He went through the Depression where all the banks failed and he lost his money that was in the bank. So he vowed never to put money in a bank again. He didn't have to. Paid for things with cash. Didn't owe any money. Drove the same truck, I don't know, as long as I knew him. 56 black Chevy pickup, I think. I owned a 56 Chevy pickup that was blue, and was at the time I bought it, I wasn't aware that that's what my grandfather owned. Actually, there's going to be an increase in electric cars. I found that one hard to believe, but that's what I'm hearing. Electric cars in some towns might be all there is. Also, there's going to be a huge number of divorces happen over the next year or two because people who have isolated themselves, or the favorite word now is quarantined, they find they don't really have much in common. As long as they saw each other 4 or 5 hours a day, they did. Now that they're staring at that face that many hours a day, they don't like them anymore. My wife likes me, although I'm around a lot. She's around a lot. We seem to have that good chemistry that works. We seem to laugh a lot, but there'll be a lot of divorces. There's no buffer between man and wife. You're just there all the time. I remember noticing that when men would retire and their whole marriage, the man was out most of the day and the woman was home. Now that he's home, he's inspecting her cooking. He's checking, I don't know, the roof for leaks, driving her crazy. So they don't hold up. That's what's going on with a lot of people now. Some people need to be doing something all the time, and some people don't. Which is why this lockdown will fail. Sorry, quarantining will fail. Um, about June, things will open up pretty good. July, August, things will be better. Things are never going to be the same. Fear is what we have now. Huge amounts of fear. Mortgage rates will drop, really drop, but it won't matter because no one will be buying houses except the extremely rich. If you're living in a house right now, the last thing you want to do is sell it. the uncertainty of it. You might refinance. Some people will. If they have some variable interest rate that's high, they'll take that. I think, I don't know what it is, 2 point something, 2.78 fixed. And I believe that's going to drop to like 1.5%. Actually hearing that. But it won't help any. People will fear buying a house, taking on a new debt that they don't have. People will continue to rent. So houses won't sell. They're talking about the hypocrisy of all this, and I'm not sure what they mean. I hope they're not talking about me being hypocritical. Saying one thing and doing another. Okay, now I do understand what it means. There's a lot of hypocrites out there saying stay home, but they don't want to stay home. They're not doing what they're saying they're doing, which is increase the virus spreading. COVID-19, I think is what they finally named it. And a sad note, the rest of these are inevitable, but John Prine won't be writing any more songs. Those you don't know who John Prine is, you might go on YouTube and play one or two of his songs. He's been around a long time. He doesn't write that many songs, but the ones he writes are pretty significant and pretty interesting. I didn't discover him until the mid-'70s. And a girl I knew in college, I was putting on, I don't know what you call it, a coffee house at the university where I was attending. I talked them into giving me a building for a coffee house at no charge. I rented some equipment, talked to some players, and 10 or 12 people showed up and played really, really well. I didn't know any of them. And she was one I knew, but she came to try out. And I said, what are you doing here? You're studying music like me. And she said, well, I'm a country singer. I thought, what are you doing here? There's lots of places to play as a country singer. I said, okay, well, play me something. She got through about 2 or 3 bars and said, okay, well, this is terrific. And she played a John Prine song and said, he writes very few songs. That was what she said at the time. I thought, well, and I've remembered that ever since. I don't remember much, but I do remember that, how true it was. He just didn't write that many songs, but they were good. So check out John Prine if you don't know him, Prine. He passed from COVID-19 yesterday, and we're diminished because of it. He seemed to see the world in an interesting way, and there's not enough of those people. So bide your time. Good times are coming. If you can, pay your rent. Pet your dog. Love your loved one. And I'll see you again sometime. No fear, no regret, no anger. Thanks for watching.